So let's talk about pain. It's not anybody's favorite subject, but at the same time, it's something that all of us have to deal with as we age or based on injuries that we've had. And I'm excited because I'm going to be going to learn some more things about how to deal with pain, especially the neurological connections to pain. I'm really excited about that. There's so much room for growth and knowledge. I have so much to learn. And I'd like to share just a few simple things that I've discovered over the past year or so that I think will really help you deal with neck and shoulder pain. Now, I do have a few things already at handsonbodyworks.com where you can click on Wellness Matters, and I've got Happy Head, Evolved Neck and Shoulder Release Routine. I'm not sure, there's a lot of things there, but those are just a few that are neck and shoulders that'll be really helpful. And I just filmed one about the rib rescue remedy, so you're gonna like that one too. Eccentrics shoulder pain on YouTube is a really great video. And I would say, as long as you're doing that one, I always give this other one out as homework as well. The Eccentrics Psoas video on YouTube. Those are each 14-minute routines designed to really lengthen the body. And I gotta say, when it comes to pain, one of the issues that a lot of us have is we think that pain is just inherent and it's expected and it's what we're going to have as we age. And it's not true. We can actually do things that combat pain, but if we sit still, if we're sedentary, and if we also do repetitive motions and we never actually lengthen our muscles, that's when we're going to get in trouble. So I want to share with you some things that can actually help with that. Eccentrics is one. You can go do some free videos on YouTube or join their eccentrics.tv group. It's only $15 a month. I've also been doing Body Groove lately. Oh, amazing. Wonderful dance, wonderful. It's even good for the mind, the body, the spirit. It's very uplifting and very creative. And I'm finding it's healing me from the inside out. But the thing that both Body Groove and Eccentrics have in common is that you're lengthening the muscles, which is so important. If you're not lengthening your muscles, and you're going and you're working Nautilus and and you're lifting, or you're going to CrossFit and you're just killing it with the medicine ball and you're doing all these pull-ups and everything, those are great. Those body weight exercises are great because they have built-in stretching. And it's not like you can just go do yoga either. Most yoga is stuff that we're doing is based on just kind of holding a pose. And one of the things I love to teach, and I'm going to illustrate for you with a couple of things that I'm going to show you with the neck, is that it's nice to stretch and then make that dynamic. There's active stretching, there's passive stretching, and there's dynamic stretching. Passive stretching is what most of us are familiar with. We get into a pose. Now that immediately becomes dynamic if we add breath into our pose. We expand the body and then we sink and we go a little deeper. That makes it dynamic. Another way you can make it dynamic, which I think dynamic stretching is the best. I'm a little biased. All the other stretching is good, but I think dynamic stretching is the best. Is another way to make a stretch dynamic would then be to find different ways to move while you're in the pose. That's what dancing is moving in a pose. So dynamic stretching is amazing. Active stretching is also amazing because what you're doing with active stretching is you're getting into a pose, you're finding length, and then you're turning on all the muscles. And whenever you turn on all the muscles, the brain goes, dude, we need to relax that. So as soon as you relax the muscles, it'll relax. Let's say no one's ever completely relaxed, right? Sometimes people, when they have lower back pain, I'm going to explain to you about contraction points. So some people, they might have lower back pain and they're just really feeling in here and they're just like, oh my goodness, it hurts so bad. Well, sometimes it's hurting because the muscles forgot to let go. The brain was like, well, fine, you're going to work an 8-hour day and you're not going to stretch or anything. I'm just going to hold the muscles here because this seems to be where you want them. And they just hold them at, say, a 10% contraction rate, a 14% contraction rate, where the brain goes, well, this is the new relaxation point. And it's not relaxing. It hurts and it's tiring and it starts to, sometimes it compress on nerves. It's just terrible. So if you want to relax a muscle that's contracting tightly, you know what you do? You tighten it more, because then it sends a signal to the brain, hey, pay attention, this is really tight, it needs to relax. And so then when you let it soften, a lot of times I have people tighten, so do this with me. Tighten your muscles as you take a deep breath in. Turn on all those muscles. Turn on the abs. Just find every muscle you can, your whole body. Turn it on. And now slowly and gently exhaling and melting the body. Ah. Now what happened there is, let's say you were set up already at a 4% contraction rate. The muscle was already contracting. When you relaxed, the brain paid attention and put it down to a 2 or a 3%. So that is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF for short. And it's based on this principle that we can tighten, or let's say that someone can't open their arm like this. They've got a contracture here. This is held and it won't go any further. Well, here's how you open it, is you push the other direction. You push in the direction it wants to go, and then it'll open up just a little bit more this direction. It's a miracle. So we want to use those principles while we're moving. I'm going to mention one more stretch principle that you should know about. It's called nerve glides. And what it is I could do them with my fingers. I don't have my whole body on camera. So a nerve glide for your fingers would be just to do a repetitive motion, say like this. So, or like this. Or maybe you're rolling the wrists. So the side to side would be for the wrist. This could be a nerve glide as long as you do it like 30 to 50 times. This is a nerve glide for your hands. So why is it called a nerve glide? What nerve glides do is they warm up muscles, send circulation into the muscles. You also do maybe different movement patterns than what's typical. And while you're doing these, what's happening is the muscles are lengthening and taking pressure off of where they might have been squeezing on nerves. So that's why it's a nerve glide. One way you could, I'll demo this one. Let me get down here in the corner. Okay, so if I'm gonna do a forward bend, I could come here, and you can't see my feet. Let's see if I can remedy that. Okay, so I can just go like this. I can put my hands, if I can't touch the floor, you can put your hands on a bolster or a stool, but make sure you're touching something so you can let the body weight go. And then all I'm gonna do is just take my knees forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards and back. And what this is doing is opening up the hips, it's opening up the knees, softening, bringing circulation to the muscles. So that nerve glide thing that I just did, that is a form of, the nerve glides that I was doing, that's a form of a dynamic stretch, but it's a smart one. You've got a purpose and intention behind it. So let me show you a couple of things really quickly, neck things that you can do that combine active stretching, passive stretching, dynamic stretching, and self-massage. Can't go wrong. You're getting it all at once. All right, so the first one I call the internet kneader. I need to come up, we're just gonna call, this is knead the neck, okay? The reason I called it the internet kneader was because there was this video where they were selling this $90 thing. And what it did was it would squeeze the neck, just like this. You would take it like this, and it was little plastic rollers that you would run across the neck. Well, that's all fine and dandy and everything, but why don't we just use our hands to do that? Because then the hands get work, the arms get work, and I'm bringing the head forwards and back. And I can take my time with it, and I can get my thumbs in those ridges in between the vertebral grooves. And I'm squeezing and I'm moving. I can go down into the shoulders even. So that's knead the neck. Not a lot of rocket science involved there. Okay, and next, I call this one the iron neck. I found this thing on Facebook. It was $200 on sale. What it is this iron hat. It's a weighted metal hat, and you could hook different straps and things to it, and you saw these weightlifters like, oh, my neck feels so good because I'm moving it with this weight on it and I'm pulling on the strap. Well, guess what? You got these. You don't need that hat. So all you got to do first is, and you can add in a whole lot more levels. So here's the first level. We're going to lift the head. I'm squeezing the arms into the head, okay? And while we're here, might as well move the face a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to push the head out. So I'm engaging the neck muscles and pushing out into the hands. And then I could go to a different spot. I'm gonna put both hands here. I'm gonna lift the neck and push. It's good to groan, moan and groan. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time. We store trauma, we store stress. We know this in our bodies. Now I've got my hands right back behind. I'm push back. I'm pushing the arms in. I'm squeezing the palms into the head. And now I'm pushing the head back out. And I can even engage through the side body. So I'm getting a stretch through my torso as I move the neck. Slow-mo. It's all slowly. So we're engaging fascia. It feels so good I don't even want to stop. One more thing. Take the fingers right here, sliding up. So the finger pads, you're going to connect to the muscles and you're sliding up. You're going to move that skin and grabbing at the roots of the hair. You can do this all over the head. Now you can do little circles here, but here's one I just discovered. It's just coming all the way up. Some of you don't have as long a hair as me, so you can't do it as long, but just slow it down. I can't tell you how good that feels. All right, that's it for today. I hope that your neck and shoulders are feeling really good and that you've learned something about stretching. Shoot me a question, shoot me things that you'd like to know. If there's any way that I can be of assistance, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to have fun trying to figure it out. So look forward to hearing from you. Love people, love vitality.